Today we're doing a comprehensive deep dive review of Promirose, the online retailer that specializes in preserved roses and luxury flower arrangements. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another flower website, what's the big deal? But stick with me, because we're going to uncover everything you need to know about this company before you hand over your hard-earned money. We'll be looking at whether Promirose is legitimate, if their quality lives up to the hype, and most importantly, whether you should trust them with your purchase. Let's start with the basics. Promirose is an online boutique that focuses on selling preserved roses, also known as eternal roses or forever roses. These aren't your typical fresh flowers that die within a week. According to their marketing, these roses are specially treated to last for years, sometimes up to 3 years or more with proper care. The company positions itself as a luxury brand, offering premium preserved flower arrangements in elegant boxes, domes, and various decorative presentations. Their target market appears to be people looking for high-end romantic gifts, special occasion presents, or luxury home decor items. Now, what exactly does Promirose offer? Their product line is quite extensive. They have classic rose boxes, which come in various sizes, from single roses to large arrangements with dozens of roses. These boxes typically feature roses arranged in square or rectangular boxes, often made with velvet or suede-like materials. They offer different color options, including classic red, pink, white, black, and even rainbow or multicolor arrangements. Beyond the standard boxes, they also sell roses in glass domes, which give that beauty and the Beast enchanted rose aesthetic that's become incredibly popular. They have heart-shaped arrangements, letterboxes where roses are arranged to spell out words or initials, and even rose bears, which are teddy bear figures completely made from small preserved roses. The website also features seasonal collections and limited edition designs. During Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and Christmas, they typically roll out special themed collections. They offer customization options on many products, allowing customers to choose specific color combinations or add personalized messages. Price points vary significantly depending on the size and complexity of the arrangement, ranging from around $50 for smaller single rose arrangements to several $100s for large premium collections. Let's talk about their website experience, because this tells us a lot about the legitimacy of any online business. When you first land on Promirose.com, you're greeted with a clean, professional-looking homepage. The design is modern and Instagram-worthy, which makes sense given their target demographic. The site uses high-quality product photography with white backgrounds and lifestyle shots showing the roses in various settings. Navigation is straightforward with clear menu categories separating products by type, occasion, and color. The homepage features their bestsellers prominently, along with any current promotions or sales. They usually have a banner at the top advertising free shipping thresholds or discount codes. Scrolling down, you'll see featured collections, customer testimonials, and some information about what makes their preserved roses special. The overall aesthetic is cohesive and professional, which is a good initial sign. Poor quality scam websites typically have inconsistent designs, broken images, or unprofessional layouts, and Promirose doesn't exhibit these red flags from a design perspective. Moving to their product pages, this is where we can really evaluate the transparency and legitimacy of the business. Each product page includes multiple high-resolution images showing the arrangement from different angles. You can zoom in to see details of the roses and packaging. The product descriptions are detailed, specifying the dimensions of the arrangement, the number of roses included, the materials used for the box or container, and care instructions for the preserved roses. They clearly state that these are real roses that have been preserved, not artificial flowers, which is an important distinction. The pricing is displayed prominently with the original price, and any current discounts clearly marked. Many products show reviews and ratings directly on the product page, which adds credibility. They include information about what's included with your purchase, such as whether a greeting card or care instructions are included. Shipping information is available, typically mentioning processing times and delivery estimates. Most product pages also feature a section showing how the roses are preserved and what makes them different from fresh or fake flowers. One thing I noticed is that they provide size guides and comparison images to help customers understand exactly what they're ordering. This is crucial for online flower purchases because it's easy to be disappointed if the actual product is much smaller than it appeared in photos. The fact that Promirose provides this information up front is a positive indicator of legitimacy. Let's examine their important informational pages, starting with the About Us section. A legitimate company should have a clear About Us page that tells their story and mission. Promirose's About Us page explains their focus on creating long-lasting floral arrangements and their commitment to quality. They discuss their preservation process and their goal of providing luxury gifts that create lasting memories. While some might find this language a bit marketing-heavy, it's not unusual for e-commerce businesses. What's important is that the page exists and provides some background about the company. The shipping and delivery policy page is crucial for any e-commerce review. Promirose outlines their shipping options, processing times, and delivery estimates. They typically offer standard and expedited shipping options. Processing time is usually listed as 2 to 5 business days before shipment, which is reasonable for custom or made-to-order arrangements. They ship to various countries, though availability and costs vary by location. The page clearly states that customers will receive tracking information once their order ships. They also mention their packaging methods, emphasizing that products are carefully packaged to prevent damage during transit. The return and refund policy is where many scam websites fall short, so this is particularly important to examine. Promirose states that they want customers to be satisfied with their purchase. They offer a satisfaction guarantee, though like most flower companies, returns are handled on a case-by-case basis due to the nature of the product. If a product arrives damaged or significantly different from what was ordered, they commit to making it right either through replacement or refund. However, they note that because these are handmade items using natural materials, slight variations in color and appearance should be expected. This is actually a reasonable and honest policy. Scam websites often either have no return policy at all or make it impossibly difficult to process returns. The fact that Promirose has a clear policy and provides customer service contact information is encouraging. Their FAQ section addresses common questions about the preserved roses, including how long they last, how to care for them, and whether they have a scent. They explain that preserved roses can last 1 to 3 years or even longer with proper care, which means keeping them away from direct sunlight, humidity, and not watering them. This aligns with industry standards for preserved flowers. The FAQ also covers ordering questions, customization options, and shipping concerns. A comprehensive FAQ section indicates that a company has experience dealing with customers and knows what concerns need to be addressed. The contact page provides multiple ways to reach customer service, including email and sometimes a contact form. Some customers report phone contact availability as well. The presence of clear contact information is essential for legitimacy. Scam websites often make it nearly impossible to reach anyone if something goes wrong. Now let's talk about the actual quality of Promirose products based on various customer reports and reviews we've found online. The quality question is complex because preserved flowers, by their nature, vary somewhat from arrangement to arrangement. These are real roses that have undergone a preservation process involving replacing the natural sap with a glycerin-based solution. This means each rose will have slight natural variations in color, size, and petal shape. From examining numerous customer photos and unboxing videos online, the quality appears to be generally good. The roses do look real because they are real, just preserved. The colors tend to be vibrant, and the arrangements typically match the promotional photos reasonably well. The boxes and packaging materials appear to be of decent quality, with velvet or suede-like finishes that feel premium. The glass domes, when ordered, appear to be actual glass rather than cheap plastic, which justifies some of the higher price points. However, quality concerns do exist in some customer reports. Some customers have noted that certain roses arrived with damaged petals, or that the arrangement looked less full than expected. Others mentioned that the color wasn't exactly as vibrant as shown in photos, though this could be due to natural variation in the roses or differences in screen displays. A few customers reported that their roses didn't last as long as advertised, showing signs of deterioration within a year rather than the promised 2 to 3 years. This could be due to improper care or environmental factors, But it's worth noting, the packaging quality receives generally positive feedback. Most customers report that their orders arrived well protected with bubble wrap, sturdy boxes, and secure packaging that prevented damage during shipping. This is crucial for such delicate products. Let's move on to what people are saying on Reddit, because Reddit users tend to be brutally honest and are quick to call out scams. Searching through various subreddits, including those focused on gifts, relationships, and consumer reviews, we find a mixed but overall positive sentiment toward Promirose. Several Reddit users have posted about purchasing from Promirose for special occasions like anniversaries or Valentine's Day. The general consensus from these posts is that the products are legitimate and arrive as described, though they're considered pricey. One Reddit user mentioned ordering a rose box for their partner's birthday and being pleased with the quality and presentation. They noted that the roses looked beautiful and their partner loved the gift, though they felt the price was steep for what you get. Another user commented that while the roses are real and preserved as advertised, you're definitely paying a premium for the brand and packaging, and similar products might be found cheaper elsewhere. Some Redditors questioned whether preserved roses are worth the cost compared to fresh flowers, arguing that fresh flowers, despite lasting only a week or two, provide fragrance and a more natural experience. Others countered that the longevity of preserved roses makes them more cost-effective over time and serves as a lasting keepsake. This debate is more about personal preference than about whether Promirose itself is legitimate. A few negative experiences were shared on Reddit as well. One user reported receiving roses that had some petal damage and felt the customer service response was slow, though the issue was eventually resolved with a partial refund. Another mentioned that their roses started showing brown spots after about 8 months, which was earlier than expected. However, these negative reports are relatively few compared to positive or neutral mentions, and they don't suggest systematic scamming or fraudulent behavior. What we don't see on Reddit are the hallmark signs of a scam operation. There aren't multiple posts warning people to stay away, no reports of orders never arriving, no complaints about credit card fraud, and no accusations of the company taking money and disappearing. The complaints that do exist are typical of any e-commerce business dealing with physical products, occasional quality issues, shipping delays, or customer service concerns. Now let's look at Trustpilot, which is one of the most popular review platforms for online businesses. Trustpilot reviews should be taken with a grain of salt, because both extremely positive and extremely negative reviews can sometimes be fake or manipulated. However, patterns in reviews across a large number of submissions can be revealing. On Trustpilot, Promirose generally maintains a rating in the good to excellent range, typically between 3.5 and 4.5 stars out of 5. The company has collected hundreds of reviews, which is a positive sign, as scam operations usually don't accumulate this many reviews over time. Looking at the distribution, there's a healthy mix of 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, and some lower ratings, which actually looks more authentic than if every review were 5 stars. 5-star reviews commonly praise the beauty of the arrangements, the quality of the roses, and the presentation of the packaging. Customers frequently mention using Promirose for special occasions and being satisfied with their purchase. Many reviewers specifically note that the roses look just like the pictures on the website and that their recipients were thrilled with the gifts. Several reviews mention that the roses have lasted well beyond a year without showing signs of deterioration, which validates the preservation claims. 4-star reviews are generally positive, but include minor criticisms. Common themes include thinking the product is slightly overpriced, wishing there were more color options, or noting that shipping took longer than expected though the product quality was good. These reviews suggest satisfied customers who have minor reservations but would likely order again. 3-star reviews typically come from customers who found the product acceptable but not exceptional. These reviews might mention that the roses were pretty but smaller than expected, that the colors weren't quite as vibrant as shown online, or that customer service was adequate but not outstanding. These middle ground reviews are actually a sign of authenticity because they show real customer experiences rather than fake extremes. The negative 1- and 2-star reviews on Trustpilot reveal the main complaint areas. The most common complaints include roses arriving damaged during shipping, though many of these reviewers note that customer service provided replacements or refunds. Some customers felt the products were overpriced for what they received, especially when they arrived smaller than expected. Shipping delays are mentioned in several negative reviews, particularly during peak seasons like Valentine's Day, when the company is presumably overwhelmed with orders. A handful of reviews mention difficulty getting responses from customer service, though these are outnumbered by reviews praising customer service. What's significant is what we don't see in these negative reviews. There are very few, if any, reviews claiming outright fraud, stolen credit card information, or orders that never arrived with no company response. The negative experiences described are consistent with a real business that occasionally has product quality issues or customer service challenges, not with a scam operation designed to steal money. It's also worth noting that Promirose appears to respond to many reviews on Trustpilot, both positive and negative. They thank customers for positive feedback and address concerns raised in negative reviews, often offering to resolve issues. This level of engagement is another positive indicator of a legitimate business that cares about its reputation. Looking at other review sources and social media, we find similar patterns. On Instagram, Promirose has a substantial following and regularly posts product photos. The comments on their posts are generally positive, with customers sharing their own photos of purchased products. While some Instagram comments could be from paid influencers or promotional partnerships, the presence of real customer photos and tags suggests genuine purchases and satisfied customers. Facebook reviews and comments show a similar picture to Trustpilot and Reddit, mostly positive with some criticisms around pricing and occasional quality concerns. YouTube unboxing videos of Promirose products exist, with content creators showing what arrives when you order. These unboxings generally show products that match website descriptions and photos, packaged well and looking as advertised. Let's address the elephant in the room. Is Promirose overpriced? This is subjective and depends on what you value. Preserved roses do require a specialized process and more handling than fresh flowers. The elaborate packaging, boxes, and presentation materials add to the cost. Brand markup is definitely a factor as well. You are paying for the Promirose brand, their marketing, and the premium positioning they've established. Could you find preserved roses cheaper elsewhere? Probably yes. Amazon, Etsy, and other online marketplaces have preserved rose sellers at various price points. However, cheaper doesn't always mean better quality, and Promirose does appear to maintain certain quality standards and customer service that budget alternatives might not match. The real question is whether the product you receive feels worth the price you paid, and based on customer reviews, many people do feel satisfied with their purchase despite the premium pricing. So what's the final verdict? Is Promirose a scam or legitimate? Based on all the evidence we've examined, Promirose is a legitimate business selling real preserved rose products. They are not a scam in the sense of taking money and not delivering products or engaging in fraudulent credit card schemes. They have a functional website, clear policies, contactable customer service, and thousands of real customer reviews across multiple platforms. The majority of customers receive products that match descriptions and are satisfied with their purchases. However, legitimate doesn't necessarily mean perfect. Promirose has the typical challenges of any e-commerce business, dealing with handmade natural products. Quality can vary. Shipping delays can occur especially during busy seasons, and customer service responsiveness may fluctuate. Some customers feel the pricing is too high for what you receive, though others feel the quality and presentation justify the cost. The preserved roses do appear to be real and do last significantly longer than fresh flowers, though longevity can vary based on care and environmental conditions. Should you buy from Promirose? If you're looking for a luxury preserved rose arrangement as a special gift or decorative piece, and you're comfortable with the price point, Promirose is a reasonable option. The company is established, has fulfilled thousands of orders, and generally delivers what they advertise. Just make sure to read product descriptions carefully, pay attention to size specifications, and set realistic expectations about natural variations in the roses. To protect yourself when ordering, use a credit card rather than a debit card for better fraud protection. Take screenshots of your order confirmation and any promotional claims. If you receive a damaged or unsatisfactory product, Contact customer service promptly with photos. Most issues appear to be resolved when customers reach out, though response times may vary. Consider whether preserved roses are the right choice for your needs. If you want fragrance and the full fresh flower experience, preserved roses won't provide that. If you value longevity and want a lasting keepsake, preserved roses make sense. Compare prices with competitors, but remember that the cheapest option isn't always the best quality. For what it's worth, similar preserved rose companies like Venus et Fleur, Le Jardin Infini, and others exist at similar or even higher price points, suggesting there is a legitimate market for luxury preserved flowers. Promirose fits within this market segment rather than being an outlier scam operation. In conclusion, Promirose is a legitimate company selling preserved roses at premium prices. They deliver real products, have established customer service channels, and have been operating successfully for years. While not every customer experience is perfect and pricing may be higher than some alternatives, the overall evidence strongly supports that this is a real business, not a scam. If their products appeal to you and the price fits your budget, you can order with reasonable confidence that you'll receive what you're paying for. Thanks for watching this in-depth review. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest product reviews. If you have personal experience with Promirose, leave a comment below to help others make informed decisions. Remember to always do your research before making online purchases, read recent reviews, and trust your instincts. See you in the next review.